Right, now you're going to be shown how to insert images and create images. Your teacher would have told you whether you are actually allowed to use images that have already been created, so if they're already available online somewhere, with a mix of things that you have created yourself, or whether your logo has to be totally created yourself using shapes and so on, or tracing. So I'm just going to show you how to actually put in an image on this canvas area, be that an image that is secondary or something that you created yourself. The image should be saved in your actual folder, your graphics folder, so everything's kind of organized. So I'm just going to go ahead and put the image in. To put an image in here on this canvas, you go to File and then Place. You don't go to Open because that just opens it separately. We want to actually put it on this same file, this same wormy canvas, so we can just start putting our thing together, our logo together, or whatever it is that we're making. Right, so I'm going to go to Place and I'm going to select something called Hand, and then it appears here, as you can see. One of the first things you can do is actually start resizing and moving. So to resize this image, you can go to a corner and then hold down Shift on your keyboard and then click and drag downwards. Okay, so I'm just going to make this about that big. Okay, and I'm just going to click tick. Now, as you can see, my image has a white background and I want to get rid of that because it's getting in the way. Another thing you could do is demote the layer underneath me so it's kind of behind it, but if I move it somewhere else then it's just going to get in the way again, so whatever, I'm just going to leave it at the top because it just keeps things organized for me. And I'm going to erase this white background that is on this actual image. So to do that, make sure you've got the layer selected, go to the eraser tool, which is somewhere in the middle of the toolbar, right click it and make sure you've selected Magic Eraser Tool. When you do that, go to the white area of the hand image, or whichever image it is that you're trying to get the background off, and simply press click. It will say something like your image needs to be rasterized. Go ahead and let it happen. So you click that and the actual background should have disappeared. I'm just going to get my move tool again and then pick up my hand and just move it around, and you can see that it has actually removed the white background. Cool. Okay, so if you wanted to upsize, downsize, whatever again, then you can also access those tools from going to Edit and then Free Transform. And you can do the same thing again, which is upsize and downsize. Remember to hold down the Shift key when you do it. If you don't, then this happens. So I'm just going to do Control Z, or I can do discard changes to what I just did and access the tools again. Edit, Free Transform. Yes, I'm going to leave it that size, that's fine. If you wanted to rotate it for whatever reason, then you can do that. So I'll just do that just for the sake of it. If you wanted to flip it, so if you wanted these walking fingers to be going the other way, then you can also do that by going to Edit, Transform, and then Flip Horizontal. So yeah, you can do a few things. I'm just going to have it back the other way because I just want it that way. There we go. So I'll just go to Flip Horizontal. There we go. Right, so that's how you insert an image, and that's how you use the transform tools on it. Another way to get the transform tools is to press Control T on your keyboard and you get those tools up again. So remember, you can upsize, downsize. You can also do something called Skew, which kind of changes the perspective of how you're looking at your actual image. And to do that, you hold down Control on your keyboard, and then you can just stretch the side. So there you go, it makes it look like it's leaning forward. This makes it look like it's leaning back. You can make things look like they're on the side wall and do some sort of 3D effect or whatever. So remember, as I said before when we did the warping of this text, only use these tools if they're actually improving the look of your logo and so on. I'm just going to do discard changes. You can do Control Z or Control Alt Z to do multiple undos, but sometimes it's just easier to just press discard and then just do it again. Okay, so that's how you bring in an image. I've also shown you how to use the transform tools to upsize, downsize. You can rotate, you can flip vertical, flip horizontal, You can also do something called Skew, which distorts how you're looking at the actual image. And you can also do the blending options as well, like you did with the actual text. So if for whatever reason you want to put a stroke on this, then you can probably do that now because I got rid of the white background. So if I go to the hand layer, right click, blending options, I could probably apply a stroke. Now in some cases it works well, in other cases it doesn't, but you would have to go in there manually and change it yourself. That's alright, you can play with that individually. You can just get like the line tool or even get the pen tool and then draw over it. You could do that. If you wanted a shadow for whatever reason, then you can do the same things as you did with the actual text. If you wanted an overlay, you can have an overlay. Pattern overlay, I don't know why it's just doing that bit. Maybe it's because I made this whole thing transparent and that's why it's not working perfectly. But anyways, you can do effects on your actual images as you would on your text using blending options. What else can you do with images and text? You can also do filters. So if I go to filter and then filter gallery, these are just additional effects that you can apply. Yeah, see, as you can see, I've got a fill on this part of the hand, but not on that part of the hand. So in order to get that part all filled, I may need to do something like draw a line there, and then just fill it in white, and you can do whatever. But anyways, let me just move on. You go into all the folders, and you can apply different effects to your actual image. And it applies it there. Like I said, none of these are improving the look of it at all. So again, as I said before, only use these tools if they're actually going to improve the look of your logo or your image or whatever it is. That image is actually like a poor example to use that on. Let me just bring another one in. File, place. I'm just going to bring an image in of a kid. Here we go. This is just an idea for part of the logo that I'm going to show you in the next video. Okay, so let me just leave that image there. Let me zoom in a bit. So let's just say that I wanted to, I know it's got all this writing over it and whatever, but you wouldn't use that in the logo anyway. Let me go ahead and actually just apply a filter on this. So filter gallery, let's go to Stylize, let's go to something called golden. There you go. So on some images it does actually work quite well, or it does have the effect that you want it to have. As before, when you select any options, you can actually go ahead and go into the further options here to customize it exactly how you want it and so on. Okay, so filter gallery can be used in many cases as well, but remember to only use it if it's going to improve the look of your logo. Okay, right, in the next video I'm going to show you how to actually create your own drawing or your own trace within Photoshop.